So hi, welcome back friends. So today's video is regarding the PowerPoint presentation and how it can render a video. So at least the Microsoft's PowerPoint application nowadays has got a dedicated tab where you will be able to record the whole presentation including the slides, the presenter and some other small tweaks which we will be showcasing in this particular video. PowerPoint is a worldwide used application for the presentation. So what we'll do is we'll directly go into the application and we'll see how this can be made possible, right? This is basically a small presentation which I prepared long before for my students. So this is regarding information and communication technology ICT, and I created this on 27th of April 2021. So for the demonstration purpose, what I will do is I will use this particular presentation. So the first thing you should do is you should right click on this particular option and you could go into customized ribbon. So once you go into the customized ribbon, you can go into this particular option. So make sure that this recording is enabled. So I have enabled this particular option. So at least in your application, this might not be by default, it might not be enabled. So once you enable these things, you will be having a dedicated section called as recording over here. If you don't see this particular tab stating that recording, then you don't have to worry. At least in some of the versions, it will not be here. Instead, you can go into the option called as, you can click on this particular option and you can click on all commands. Once you click on all commands, you can go into R option. Then you could see record from beginning, record from current slide, record slideshow. These options it will come. So make sure that these are added into any of the tabs which has got vacant spaces. So that is another option. So at least in my updated Microsoft PowerPoint, this session is by default in the main tabs. So what I will do is I will tick on this particular option and I will be clicking on OK. So once you do that, you will be getting a dedicated tab for recording the presentations in Microsoft PowerPoint. So once you do that, you can have multiple options. You can start from the beginning or you can start from the current slide. So what I will do is I will start from the beginning itself. Before going into the slides, what you can do is you can add whatever you are going to talk. You can add it as notes in this particular slide. So it will not be shown to your students, but instead, whoever presenting this particular presentation will be able to see those kinds of things. So what I will do is, so this is Kiran. Welcome to the first class of ICT. So similarly, we can add these notes to almost all slides, right? So it is very easy. Directly go into this particular option, and once you click on that particular option, it will be enabled, and once you click again on that particular option, it will be disabled or it will disappear. So that is the exact thing. So once you do that, you can go into this particular option and you can start from the beginning. So I am starting from the beginning. You don't have to start it from the beginning. You can start it from any of the slides. Right. Once you do that, you can go into these settings. So before this basically starts the recording. So before going into the recordings, what you can do is you can go into this particular option and you make sure that whatever microphone you have attached, it is being selected. So I am right now using this particular microphone, so I am okay with that. Again, camera also you can select. So I don't have a dedicated webcam as of now associated or connected to this particular system. So what I will do is I will go with Iridium webcam. So if you haven't watched, if you don't know what is Iridium or what is Iridium webcam, then I have already made a dedicated video explaining the Iridium webcam configuration. So I will be attaching a card on top of this particular video so that you will be able to go there and watch that particular video. So what I will do is I will enable this Iridium webcam. Once you do that, you can enable the microphone on or off as per your wish. So if it is off, by default your camera will not work. So if you have switched on your microphone, then you can enable your camera also. So once you switch on the camera, again this is my Iridium, so this is my mobile phone recording this whole session. So this is the actual thing which I am recording, and afterwards I will be editing and removing the background using my editing tool, right? So this is the raw image what you are showing, whatever you are seeing is basically the raw image. So what I will do is, for now, I'll be turning this particular thing off, and I'll be enabling the microphone. Then if you could come to this particular side, then you can see this is basically the laser pointer. So you can point this to the slide, so that in the presentation this will look very nice, right? Again, this is pen. So using the pen, you can select any of this ink to highlight or write something onto the slide. So this is basically the highlighter. So for highlighting something, then you can use this particular. So what I will do is I will select one particular ink or color through which the pen and as well as the highlighter can be written, right? So I'll be selecting this yellow color just for the demonstration purpose. So once you do all these things, then what you can do is you can go for the recordings. Again, the notes it is there. So if you want, you can always, so if you want to write something important, or if you want to remember something important in between these slides, then you can add these things as notes into your presentation, right? So once you do all the settings, then you can click on this particular record option. So it starts with 3, 2, 1, and it basically starts. So this is Unit 1, Information and Communication Technology. And hi, I am Kiran, and welcome to our first class, right? So this is basically the introduction. It includes, it states what is ICT and what are ICT skills. And in this presentation, we will be including something called as CAL, Computer Aided Learning, and education softwares, online possibilities of e-learning. So this is basically ENIAC is the first computer. So it was very huge, and it was introduced in something like 1946. It had very few computing capabilities. So this is basically the computer hardware. So if you want to highlight or point something, then you can use this particular laser. So this is basically the SMPS. This is basically the DVD drive. This is the motherboard. This is the processor. And this is something like RAM. This is the graphics card, and hard disks, floppy disks. So these are the things which we have. Then we can use this particular option. This particular option is basically the pen. Using the pen, we will be able to write anything onto the computer. So what we can do is this is the computer. This is the SMPS. This is something there. And if you want to highlight something, so this is basically the processor or the heart of the computer. Then let us assume something has gone wrong. Then what you can do is you can click on this particular option. This is basically the eraser, and you can click on whatever you have highlighted, then it will go away. So again, even the highlight option, even that thing also goes. So if you want to highlight something using a different color, then you can do that. So these are the options it has got. Then this is basically what are binary numbers, why we use binary numbers in computers, what are bits, bytes, megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, binary to decimal conversion. So these are the basic general things. Then what are softwares, what are application softwares, what are system softwares, and how it is integrated with the hardware. So what are the basic education softwares which is something like this is everything in Linux. So how we can do that. So here, as you can see, the time is also basically shown over here. For this particular slide, it is 0.22 seconds, and overall it is 2.29 seconds, right? So this is how you will be getting it. So in between, you will be able to stop. Even you will be able to clear the recordings for the current slide or for all the slides, right? So let us assume this slide presentation was something not as per my standard. Then what you can do is you can go into this particular option and clear the recording from the current slide. Then you can restart the recording. So if you are happy with the recording, then you can continue the recording. So again, the 3, 2, 1 timer will come. Then you can go into this particular. So these are the online possibilities, right? Once it is done, it goes with the thank you option. So once the recording is over, you can click on stop button, right? And then you can click on this close option. So whatever we have highlighted, it basically added those as animations into the particular presentation. So even if you have opted for the other option, that is the webcam option, then the webcam will also be added as a video into this particular slide. So once you do that, you can go into this particular option, export to video option, right? Or you can save this as a PPT itself. But the problem is that if you are sending it to your students or if you are publishing it in a common platform, then the person who is reading also should have the same or at least the basic version of Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. So if he or she doesn't have that particular Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, then they will not be able to view this particular thing in the exact manner as we have intended. So instead, what you can do is you can export this thing as a video. So you can create video, you can click on the options, the Ultra HD option is there, the Full HD option it is there. Then what you can do is you can click on this particular create video option. So once you do that, it will ask where it has to be recorded. So what I will do is I will go into the downloads, and in the downloads I will be recording it as an MP4. So the other option is WMV. So the two options are there. One is MP4 and the other one is WMV. So I will go with MP4 and I will be saving it. So once you give the save option, then this will be rendered as an MP4 video. So once it is done, you can directly post this particular video onto your YouTube or onto your students as per your requirement. You will be able to do that. So once the rendering is over, you can go into the folder which you have opted to download. So mine is download folder. So I'll go into that folder and you'll be able to see that MP4 video. So you can double click on the video and it basically starts. So this is unit 1, information and communication. What is ICT and the processor, the decimal conversion. So this is a standalone video which can be directly uploaded to any of the platforms so that your students or your clients can view this particular presentation at any point of time. So that's for today. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.